The restaurants you love, the food you crave, and the people that make it all happen. We tell their stories on the Paper Trails podcast with Albemarle Paper Supply.
What's going on, guys? How are you? Welcome back to the Paper Trails podcast. This is season 2, episode 16, and I'm very excited to be at Manolo's Bakery with Mr. Manolo here, Manolo Betancur.
Yes,
right?
You're right,
say it right. So I'm very excited. You know, I met Manolo through Jessica, who helps us out here with some of the marketing for the company. And you know, I'll be honest, maybe a week ago we spoke, a week and a half ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
We had a brief but very good conversation about business, about North Carolina, about what this country has done for us. You know, coming from Colombia, and then coming from Greece, my family. And I've been looking forward to this, Manolo. I think it's going to be a great conversation. I think, you know, one of the reasons I love doing this, Manolo, is I love for people, the audience, to know where the business owner came from, how everything got started. You know what I mean? Because, you know, customers come and they love the restaurant or the bakery or, you know, whoever I'm talking to, but they don't know how it got started. You know, they don't know the hard work that went into getting the business up and going and progressing it. And so, you know, because the first couple of years of any business, you know, it's difficult.
The first couple, then the 5 years later, then the pandemic, then the recession.
Yeah, there's
no end, man, for difficult times.
Yeah, there's ebbs and flows in every business.
Yes, like life.
Yep,
know?
like life, 100%.
Exactly.
And so I'm very excited, you know, about, you know, talking to Manolo, talking business, talking life, talking the future, about your business. And so why don't we start with this? Give us a little background. Who is Manolo? Where did you come from? How did you end up here, you know, with a couple of different businesses? You know, how did this all happen?
Thank you so much for being here, man. It's an honor to have you here at my bakery. Manolo's Bakery was founded in '97.
Okay.
So it used to be called Las Delicias Bakery.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know the founder.
Okay.
The founders of this bakery was my kids' grandfather and grandmother by their mother's side.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, I had to be very respectful because they are the family who found this business.
Yeah.
And it used to be called Las Delicias Bakery.
Okay.
Manolo's Bakery became Manolo's in 2018.
18?
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty recent.
Yeah, pretty recent. We changed the name, but we have been baking the same recipes for 25 years. And we have been making pretty much the same bread, and there is some of our employees, they have been here for 15, 16, 17 years.
That's
too.
awesome.
Yeah, so I moved to Charlotte in 2005 from Tennessee, but I'm original from Colombia. I immigrated from Colombia in 2000. After I was part of the military forces of Colombia, I had a scholarship to come here to college. And when I came to this country, I didn't speak any English. I had just $900 in my pocket, and I didn't even have clothing, man, because I was part of the military forces. And when you are in the military forces,
they have everything for you.
Yeah, you don't even have a clothes, man. So
now, did you know you always wanted to come here, or no? How did the dream of coming here? How did that even happen?
I'm working in different projects, and one of my projects is writing a book. The name of the book is "Don't Blame Me, It's Your Fault."
Okay.
Because I was raised under the influence of America. Okay. You know, when I was little, I always hear about, you know, Kennedy, Martin Luther King, about a lot of histories of United States.
Yeah.
Of course, we were watching American TV. Yeah. So I was raised under the influence of United States, and I always hear the American dream, New York, Miami, all those things, watching Miami Beach, and so I always want to come. Okay. Then I became part of I like martial arts. Okay. And I became part of the Colombian team in '94. Okay. And I came for a tournament. And I said, oh man, I want to live in this country. So I called my dad and I told him, I'm gonna stay here. And he said, you're not staying there, you're coming back. You're coming back, you go to college. When you're a professional and you're an adult, you decide what you wanna do.
Okay.
So I went back.
Was your dad very strict?
Yeah. My mom was more strict than my dad. Yeah, my mom is the one who gave us the discipline. I think it's very similar than Greece.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, mothers are the one who had the power. And so I went back to Colombia. I went to the Navy Academy and I started working in the military forces.
Okay.
I didn't like the Colombian War, and then I had a scholarship to come here to college.
Okay.
So I left Colombia. Again, my father and my mother, they weren't happy because they invest a lot of money in my education in Colombia, and I was making good money. I was working with the government.
Yeah.
But then I come back here, man, and I start from zero. I didn't speak the language. I was in Tennessee, nobody spoke Spanish there.
How did you live in Tennessee? How did that happen?
Well, absolutely before Tennessee, I came to Miami.
Okay.
But Miami, everybody spoke Spanish. Yeah. I said, man, in the wrong place if I want to learn English. Yeah. I didn't move here to improve my Spanish, you know. So I say, I start work in Miami. I was working in warehouses.
Okay.
Gardener, painting, anything, whatever it came, man. So. And then one day I met this woman in a church that she told me about King College, then I was King University in Bristol, Tennessee. And she said that she knows a person that would help me a hand in Tennessee.
Okay.
So that's how I entered Tennessee.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you were there for how long? How long were you in Tennessee for?
Almost 5 years.
Okay. Did you like Tennessee?
I love it. I just come back last night from Tennessee.
Oh, nice.
Because it's like my real friends, and very sad story. Last night I come back from my sensei funeral.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
mentor,
that.
a father figure in many ways.
Yeah.
For 20 years, he had an accident last Friday,
tough,
and yesterday was the funeral, man. It was too sad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, part of my heart is in Tennessee.
So yeah, some of your roots are there.
Yes. Yes.
So you're in Tennessee for 5 years. You develop relationships. You're going to school for a little bit. You're doing that, and then you end up in Charlotte.
Yeah, I graduated in 2004 from the University of now it's King University.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, my real friends, like real bonds, like real family, they are in Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you come to Charlotte and you get right into baking.
Well, when I was in Tennessee is when I met the mother of my kids.
Okay.
You know, now is my ex-wife.
Yes.
And her fathers, they were the founders of this bakery.
Okay.
And I didn't know anything about Mexican bread. They are from Mexico.
Okay.
And I didn't know anything about the Mexican culture of bread.
Gotcha.
Man, the Mexican community is to bread like Colombians to coffee.
Yeah.
Like Americans to pie, man.
Yeah.
They are crazy about eating good bread.
Okay.
They have a very good taste of bread.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. And when I came here to Charlotte to visit their bakery, used to be on that side.
Okay.
Small, they had 6 employees by that time. I never had seen people buying bread in the way that they do, man. Like they get these trays and they fill it of bread like this. In Colombia, we buy one bread and one coffee, and that's it, man. That's it. And these people are spending $10, $20, $40 in bread. Gosh, man, this is a good business. And this bread is very humble.
Gotcha.
Colombian bread, you make it in the morning. If you don't sell it by 3 in the afternoon, it's bad.
Yeah.
You know, you already have it like a gum. It's not a good bread.
Gotcha.
It's good when you eat it, and it's very expensive to make.
Gotcha.
This bread is very humble, man. You know, you buy it. We make it like 4 in the morning. We bake it by 10 p.m. It's still good, still fresh.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's all in the ingredients and how you make it?
All the ingredients.
The whole thing, the process?
Yeah. Yes. Colombian bread has a lot of cheese.
Okay.
and a lot of milk. And so because those ingredients, it becomes hard.
Gotcha.
Very, very soon.
It doesn't last.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it doesn't last. But the Mexican bread is very humble. It doesn't have cheese, so the ingredients are more humble. But then we move a little bit. We still 75% all our bread is from Mexico.
Gotcha.
But then we brought Cuban pastelitos, Colombian bread, Argentinian empanadas. So it's a little bit. When you come to here and walk through this display, you have a tour from Mexico to Argentina, man. We have a little bit of every single country.
I love that, and it's smart because you're diversifying your clients, right?
You made it. You just touched a very important point. When I moved here to Charlotte from Virginia, well, my ex-in-laws, they told me about this business, and they asked us if we want to move here to help them and work in the bakery.
Yeah.
I said yes. I saw a lot of potential.
Yeah.
When I moved to Charlotte and I started getting involved with the community, networking, Chamber of Commerce, Latin America Chamber of Commerce, all this training, I ended like in a problem with identity. That happened with a lot of immigrants, and I was, what about if I maybe change the bakery like Panera, Western Boss, make it like more American?
Yeah.
And I even was changing my accent, trying to speak different English. And I was wearing like, my British suit, and I tried
to fit in.
Too tight, too tall, very proper, and all that shit. And being so far, I was so far away of myself. And I had a very good mentor. Then she says, when you start talking from your heart and being yourself, is when you're gonna make a change, and I'm gonna create something big. And that's why I said, yeah, you're right. I said, if anyone who wants to come to the bakery needs to take the risk to fall in love with what we have. I'm gonna feel that proud. I'm gonna become a symbol to my community of hope, of proudness. People need to feel proud of what they have and what we bring to this country. Because we pay a lot of taxes here, we create jobs, we contribute a lot to the economy and to the community. Not just to the economy, man. We make a lot of changes in the community from this business. So that, man, everything changed for that day. I said, man, this is us, this is what we bring, and we are so proud to have it here.
I love that.
And the bakery started becoming famous.
Okay. So you started working here what year?
2005.
Okay, so 16 years ago.
Yes.
Okay, so you knew nothing about baking.
Nothing about baking.
Scratch. You had to learn everything.
Yeah. And I'm very bad baker.
Okay.
I'm very running businesses and baking.
Which it's a good point, Manolo. Listen, if you want to own a business, and you're smart about who you put around you, and you put good people around you, right? Because we're all different. We all have different strengths. You may be a numbers guy. Well, you know what? If you have a restaurant, you better have, and you're doing the numbers in the books, you better have a good cook.
Yes.
Right? Like so that may be a suggestion to people out there that want to start a business, right? If you're good at one thing, make sure you hire people or bring a business partner or something that are good at something else.
Of course, man. And it's a learning process every day of your life. You remember, I was telling you that when I bought the bakery, I couldn't pay myself.
Yep.
So I was driving drunk people.
Yep.
So one of my customers, he had 26 restaurants.
Okay.
And very tall American guy, big. And one day I told him, he was very drunk, I told him, hey, you don't pay me today the right, but give me your secret. And he put his hand like this over my face. what is going on? And he
Yeah.
says, 5 people that are smarter than you, know more than you, and you pay them well and you treat them well.
Dang.
Yo, gosh, he says, the bookkeeper, the head of the kitchen, the manager of the business, an attorney and a CPA.
It's very wise.
Yeah, and I took the advice, so I had a pastry chef as a head of cakes. I had a pastry chef for bread. I have someone that is in charge public relations and social media, and I have my bookkeeper. Yeah, so they're smarter than me, man. I just know how
put them together.
How keep everybody together, because the biggest challenge in a business, to me, I always say to my employees, is to be how to make justice.
Yeah.
How to create a justice and a atmosphere in the business. It's so important to keep harmony.
Environment, culture.
Yeah, the culture environment.
Yep.
Yes. So, and I'm so far away from perfection. If you believe in God, God is the only one who is perfect.
Yep.
And when you're a business owner, you have to be deciding every day. And of course, we are all humans. In a business where there is 30 people from different countries, different cultures, different
styles, different personalities,
beliefs. There's people that believe in God. People don't believe in God. There's people that don't know how to write. There's people who have wrote a book. Man, I love when American says, "Oh man, it's so hard to run my business." How many employees you have? 5, and all of them are from Charlotte. Yes, man. If you believe that's hard, let me tell you my story, man. So don't give up. You are in better shape than myself.
Yeah.
My business keep growing now. Between all my business, I have almost 45 people.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that is never give up, man. Never give up.
That's it. So 2005, you get into the business, you start learning. Right, you see what's going on. You take from your kids' grandparents what they're doing. You're thinking about how to improve the business. Right, you're doing that whole thing, and then, what's the progression? What how
One of my biggest mentors, my biggest teachers, it was my kid's grandfather.
Okay.
The grandma and grandpa, they were the founders. Grandpa was the one who was running the business.
Yeah.
Grandma was the one who was running the baking.
Gotcha.
But grandpa was the one who told me, this is how you run a business in America.
Yeah.
And then he got sick, and in 2011, my ex-wife and myself, we bought the bakery from them.
Okay.
And I did. Remember, I was part of the military forces of Colombia.
Yeah.
And I was an engineer in Colombia, but I didn't know anything about business, and I didn't know anything about baking business.
Yes.
So the first thing I did when I bought the business, I went back to Colombia, and I started getting training and knowledge from people that know businesses over there.
Okay.
So I invest a lot of time the first few months learning how to run businesses.
Yeah.
And then come here and start making changes.
Okay.
One of the biggest changes that I made, and you see it here at the bakery, we don't have flags here. We don't identify ourselves with just one country, one race, one nation, man. Everybody is welcome here. And the colors of the bakery all around welcoming everybody, man.
I love that.
Yeah. It was founded by Mexicans. We respect a lot the Mexican traditions.
Yeah.
But we got customers from all around the world,
Everywhere.
man. Everywhere, man. When somebody says, "Hey, I want to open a Colombian restaurant," yeah, I told them, "Man, so cool, man, that you want to open a restaurant, but you are starting in the wrong way." Why? Because there's not that many Colombians here, man.
The niche is so small.
Exactly, yeah. So you open a business with an identity from a country, but where everybody is welcoming. If you say it's Colombian restaurant, you are just you are closing the doors to everybody else, man. You have to say an international restaurant, what restaurant we are Latino roots, something like that. Everybody has to be welcome.
And the other thing that this is my belief, Manolo. What are your thoughts on this? Is I think that they have good intentions. They want to help the community from Colombia. But here's my thought: if you have a successful business and you can hire more people, you do better good with a successful business hiring more people and helping out the community and giving people jobs than you do maybe, creating a niche and you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I totally I agree with you in too many ways with that way of thinking, but I think it's larger than that.
Okay.
It's nothing wrong, like you see here, nothing wrong, and I encourage everybody. You are from India, you are from Egypt, show your culture, show your food, So, but my personal way of thinking is business is not about money. Business is about people.
Yeah.
Any business needs to have a social responsibility with community. The world is changing so much, and the 1% is growing too much because the system and the people and themselves, they are forgetting the responsibility that they need to have with community.
Yeah.
I know there's so many ways that I can go faster and make more money, but I'm not gonna be in peace with myself.
Yeah.
It's about peace of mind. And I respect, most of the people, everything for them is about profit. To me, it has to be about making change in the community.
And when you support the people, the money will come.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Look at, for example, right now there is a lack of employees around United States.
Yeah.
And the other day I was in a gas station, and they make a big poster, so proud. Hey, we start paying $10.25 per hour.
Yeah.
So many years ago, man, I paid that amount here, man. My employees now make $13, $14, $15 per hour. Yeah. And it's kind of embarrassing to a company like McDonald's, because when I was driving from Tennessee to here, I saw this McDonald's. They were so proud, showing like, oh, we are hiring. We are starting like $10.50 an hour. Come on, man.
Yeah.
When I make the numbers, if you're making $350, $400 per week, you cannot afford to live in a city like this, man. So you need to pay your people well.
Yeah.
Remember the big hunt. You need to pay them well, and they're gonna be happy working with you.
Yep.
We have had very hard times, and there have been times that my employee had to wait 1 week or 10 days to get the money. But they know that that's the most important thing, because when the recession came in 2008, that was very tough, scary times. When the pandemic started, the previous president, he gave us a very hard time too. Very scary times we had in this bakery. Nobody left, man. Yeah. Nobody from my employees left. They stay here.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's my personal way of thinking.
Yeah.
Anyone can think in the way they want.
Sure.
But business must create change, a positive change in the community. They need to invest in the community.
Speaking of positive change, talk about your vision, what you want to do, because honestly, whenever we spoke on the phone, one of the things that you said that I really liked and I really enjoy was, you said you wanted to take what you've done here in Charlotte and duplicate it within the state, North Carolina, and you want to find the cities that are hurting the most and go there to help them and to create a business and hire and that was awesome to hear, to be honest with you. So
thank you.
Talk about that.
Are you coming from your family in Greece? They coming from a big city or a small town?
Small towns.
Yeah, I come from a very, very small town where we all knew each other.
Yeah.
And when I think it is impossible for me to think that I'm going back to my town in Colombia and I see that became a ghost town, that there is no life. That will be, man, my grandpa, my father, they will come from heaven, man, and they will punch me in my face if I don't make a change. So it just doesn't make sense to my soul, man. It doesn't make sense to my heart. It doesn't make sense that we have ghost towns in America.
Yeah.
Every single town has life. Every single town was found by people that love that place. People were born in that place. There's a lot of memories in the main streets of those towns.
Yeah.
And when I drive through America and I go through these towns and I see there is nothing, that breaks my heart.
I know, man.
Yeah, it breaks my heart. And so remember when I was telling you, there is fastest way for me to create business and become a millionaire, If I take this concept to Atlanta, and I open 3 bakeries there, I go that fast, man. Even in Miami or Orlando, Florida, and I had thought about opening a bakery like this over there in Orlando. But then I will have money in my pocket, but I won't be in peace with myself.
Yeah.
So I wanna do something that nobody else has done. I'm gonna go to these towns, and I want to believe that I'm gonna create a change there, and the people from that community is gonna support me. So I'm gonna go there. So I already have identified the poorest towns of North Carolina. I'm gonna go to those towns. I'm gonna buy a building in the main street, and I'm gonna be opening businesses there. But I'm not gonna do it just myself. I'm gonna, at the same time I do that, I'm gonna go to a mayor, I'm gonna go to city council, community leaders, and I'm gonna be involved with the community, and we are gonna be involved with the schools. We are gonna look for young entrepreneurs, and we are gonna create jobs there.
Yeah.
And we are gonna invite more people to do that. So I already been doing this research for the last 2 years. That's my project to start this coming year.
Which, just so you guys know, Manolo's not lying. He literally, before we started the podcast, brought a map out here, and he's got circled the cities that you want to build bakeries in. You have a vision of what you want to build there. Where your competitors are in other cities. I mean, you've thought this through. Like, this isn't just a wish. These are plans.
Yeah.
Like, this is a goal. Like, this is something that that you will make happen, and I love it. I'm impressed.
The other day I met a politician that he says, "Oh, I'm gonna go through to North Carolina has 100 counties."
Okay.
And from those 100 counties, just 5 counties make money. Then 95% of the other 94%, they are subsidized by the counties that produce money. We are in Mecklenburg County. 25 cents for every dollar that we pay in taxes go to subsidize the rest of the state.
Wow.
We are a poor state. Yeah, and people don't realize that. We are here in Mecklenburg County, and so nice, so pretty, so cool, a lot of progress. That's not North Carolina. Yeah. So when politicians talk, this and that, so I call this politician, you want to be in 100 counties? Come to my bakery, I show you my map, because I already have been in 60 counties. I've been driving all around North Carolina. There's people, man, that to drive them like, 20 miles from South Charlotte to Central Avenue, that's too much for them, too long.
Yeah.
Look, you drove from your town to here today, man. I don't know where your town is, but we don't know the word being lazy, man. So to me, just jump in my car and drive 6-7 hours in one day, that's not far from me.
It's okay.
My delivery driver, I show you the map.
Yeah.
He go every Thursday from here to Roanoke and Lynchburg, Virginia. And we have been doing that since 2008 when the recession came. We started delivering bread in order to save the business, in order to save the bakery.
Yeah.
So the American dream is still alive. What you need to do is just stand up and work hard, man, and invest in yourself and invest in knowledge.
Amen.
And believe in yourself, man, because challenge, difficult times, they're always gonna be there for
100%.
you. But they're gonna be in your life.
Yep.
So business is that, it's another life, you know, that has the ups and downs, their needs.
Yep.
You have to enjoy it and you have to love it.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's listening to this and is going through a difficult time in their life, welcome to the club.
Yes.
It happens. Starting a business, personal life, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you know, but it's honestly those difficult times that make you stronger.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? The military, you know, you go through boot camp and you go through these hardships early on, but that's why you're better at the end of it. And you're more disciplined and you're more committed and you know what I mean? You have better habits, making your bed, looking sharp, right?
Yeah. Yesterday I had a conversation with a friend in Tennessee, another black belt, and he says, "Oh, it's so sad that a lot of businesses close." Yo, man, always when I see a business that they're closing the doors, it's very sad.
Yeah.
But of course there is times I cannot judge everybody equal, but too many times the easiest thing for a person to say is, I give up, that's it, you know. I go to court and then bankruptcy and that's it.
Yeah.
It's too easy, too simple, man, you know. And then I start collecting unemployment. I don't know those words. You know, I just cannot think that giving up is an option for me, man. I'm not a failure. You know, whatever it takes, you know. When the pandemic started, man, I was working 50, 60 hours a week. The first 3 months, man, we worked 80 hours. My wife and myself, man, we worked like I didn't work since 2011, you know. So don't give up, man. Don't give up. Knock doors, man. Get involved in the community. When you go to a funeral, there's two people in the funerals, man. The ones who cry and the ones who are selling these ones to clean the air, and the one who sells this, man. You know, I don't have time to cry.
Yeah.
I cried yesterday a lot for my sensei, but
sure.
But that's life, man. You know, it's too hard, too difficult, and giving up. Everything is gonna come by. No matter what, man, I'm gonna move up, I'm gonna find a way to get it.
Yep.
You do it.
Manolo, man, this was awesome. I love the suggestions. I love the attitude that you have. I mean, you know, this isn't about the bakery or immigrants. Anybody can take this mindset and succeed wherever they're at. You know what I mean? And, you know, I think this is why I love speaking to immigrants, because this is the mentality, you know, when my dad came over 35, 40 years ago, there was no option but to succeed.
Yes.
Like this is why you leave your home country to come here to take care, to make something, to take care of your family back home. There was no option but up. Doesn't matter if you didn't know the language, doesn't matter how much money you got in your pocket, doesn't matter nothing.
Nothing.
You're here to learn and progress and improve and adjust and change, and I just love that, man.
Thank you.
I love that. Any last thoughts, you know, to the audience about bakery, the business, being an entrepreneur, having a vision for your life? Any thoughts to anybody?
It is just to remember that dreaming is not enough. You know, dreaming is the beginning, but you need to create a plan. Yep. You know, you dream it, then you have a vision, but that vision you need to feel it, you need to touch it, you need to work for that vision, and it's gonna start changing.
Yep.
You know, the dream became a fact, became a reality.
Yep.
You work for that.
Yep.
You know, so very important. Everybody has to dream. Everybody needs to love what they're dreaming. But they need to know that they need to work for that dream.
That's it.
And make that dream come true.
Yep.
Yeah. So when people say, "Oh, you are so lucky," no, I'm not lucky. I just have worked for my luck.
That's it.
You know, when they say you're lucky, that's an insulting for me. I have work and I keep working and I keep learning. You know, I'm 45 years old and I'm still studying. You know, to the 2018, I went to Stanford University to study about businesses. Yeah,
Wow.
So keep working, keep studying, and go the extra mile. 40 hours is not enough if you're a business owner.
Yep.
If you want to own a business, you need to have the mindset that you're going to need to work Saturdays, Sundays, at night, early in the morning, holidays.
There's no hours. It's just whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Like there's no 40, 45, whatever the business needs,
Exactly.
you do it.
Yeah. Later on, you are gonna get the time and the freedom to do it. You know.
Yeah.
This year I took two months vacation time.
Yep.
I love it, but I had worked 25 years for that.
To do that.
Yeah. So.
I love that.
And this is your place. This is your home. Whatever business owner that is getting this message, if he wants to come here and have coffee with me and find somebody who will support it, he's more than welcome.
We're here for you.
Yeah.
I love that. So if you guys have not visited Manolo's Bakery, you guys stop by. We're is it Plaza Midwood area?
So, yeah, Plaza Midwood area, Central Avenue.
On Central Avenue, Plaza Midwood. Stop by, look them up. You guys can find them on Instagram.
Yes. Instagram, Facebook.
Find them online, follow these guys, support these guys. They have a absolutely phenomenal mission and what they want to do. And Manolo, man, I really enjoyed this. This was awesome.
Thank you so much, brother.
I really appreciate it. Season 2, episode 16, Manolo's Bakery. Really enjoyed it. Manolo, his vision, his family, his employees, the staff, they're doing it. They're doing it right. So anyway, with that, good to see you guys. Follow, subscribe, on all of our channels, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you, guys.
The restaurants you love, the food you crave, and the people that make it all happen. We tell their stories on the Paper Trails podcast with Albemarle Paper Supply.